Well, it's kind of one of those things, isn't it? Hey y'all, APG Jamie here. And today brings us another Halloweenisms with notes from the other side. So first off, we are going to be using this here silver aluminum duct tape. Putting it on some scrap cardstock, burnishing it down with the little bamboo bone folder. Not a real bone. Been a while for that one, hasn't it? All right. So we're trimming that out. And then I'm going to go take it and use an embossing folder. All right. And there's a list of ingredients in the description below the video. All right. All right. So here it is. It's nice and pretty. And I know that middle part's not done. But I love how that middle part looks later on. Just you wait. Just you wait and see. I said wait and see. So we're just going to put some alcohol inks on there because I like it on there. You can also use acrylic paints. Just saying. You don't have to have alcohol inks to do it. You also don't have to have an embossing folder. You can draw your own pretties on there, patterns, and you can use aluminum foil and don't necessarily even have to have the tape part, okay? Okay. So I'm just going to wipe over that with my sanding block just to scuff up the top a little bit, knock back some of that alcohol ink, but not all of it, just, some of it. Put some little squishy, squashy pattern going on in there. And we're going to trim it all up because I have this here mint tin, oh great, now I'm not going to remember the name of the mints, the peppermints, the bad breath stuffs. Anyway, they come in them little tins. And this one looks like a Ouija board. Oh, and I think it's called Mystifying Mints, right? I think that's the brand of it. And we're trimming this stuff down to go inside the tin on the inside lid. I can speak. Can too. Anyway, top and the bottom. And we're going to put that in there. Oh, first, because there's a gap, all right? And I thought about painting it black, and I thought, no, I want something different. So we're going to make it red, It could be, it's red paint. It's not blood. It's red paint. Just acrylic paint. We're just smooshing it around in there. Will it scratch off if you scratch it with your fingernail or something like that? Yes. Yes, it will, because I did not seal it up with, a spray varnish or nothing like that. So it got dry, and now we're going to put our little embossed papers, because it's cardstock, remember, the aluminum tape on there. And we're just going to use our Elaine's Original Tacky Glue, my favorite, to stick that to the bottom of the inside of the tin and the top of the inside of the tin. We're going to smoosh it around till I get it, kind of where I think I want it. And it's going to be there forever, or until someone pulls it out or it gets destroyed. Whatever. Here's the top one. I guess I'll show you the whole thing, because, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Yes, we are in hyperspeed. Most of this video is in hyperspeed, okay? Look how cool that looks. I hope you can see how cool that looks, because, man, I sure like it. I'm like, wow, that's cool. So I have these pre-molded and dried skeleton bone pieces. I've had them for a while. Probably did them last year. I don't know. Could have done it in the spring, because sometimes when I'm not sure what I want to do, but I want to do something, I actually put clay in my molds and that kind of stuff. And then when I want something, I probably have it. Now, a Ouija board has a planchette, and that's the little thing that you rest your fingertips on, just barely rest your fingertips on, and it zooms around the Ouija board and gives you your answers, to the questions you ask and stuff like that. I had a Ouija board when I was a youngin'. Scared the bejesus out of us. Bejesus. I don't know. Yeah. So we put it away in the blanket closet in the hallway. And it could still be there. I don't know if it's still there. Y'all, the house has flooded a couple times since then, and everybody's passed away. So I don't even know who's living in the house anymore. Not that that matters. But that Ouija board could still be there. Just saying, it could. I don't know. And truthfully, I don't recommend playing with a Ouija board. Not at all. Not at all. You don't know who you're talking to with one of them. So we're going to paint our bones. I know it's a white clay, but I'm using I think it's called vanilla. The white's called vanilla. And I also used a super pale peach. I don't know. Mixed them together. They could have been yellowish bones too, because, sometimes they're yellow. Sometimes bones come out green if they've been buried with the right types of metal. Just saying, because, that kind of thing happens. And these are just pretend bones. They're not real, y'all. So I took my little planchette, because now it's all nice and dry. And the words planchette means, just so you know, a wooden plank, a small wooden plank. Because back when they first started doing this, it was just a piece of wood, okay? They had a hole in it, and that way you could see the numbers and the letters and all that kind of stuff, and the yes and the no and hello and goodbye and, that kind of thing. So I put a hole in it. I used a sticky note, stuck it on there, and we punched a hole in it with our big old crocodile. And now we're going to put a little plastic thing on there, because it's got to be able to see through it, right? Right. Okay. So planchette. I know. I think I'm pronouncing it close enough. So, all right. Now, I paint on these bones for a while. I got the 2 hand bones, arm bones. Oh my gosh. Anyway, antiquing them, making them look oldish and sort of, creepy. Think creepy. Halloweenisms, y'all. It's that time of year. Now we're putting some black and some dark brown, and I go back and forth. I darken it, I lighten it, I darken it, I lighten it, and then I'm just done with them. So we're going to glue them on using glossy accents, because I'm thinking that's going to be the best thing on the outside of this tin can, even though I probably could have used Tack. But anyway, that's what I'm using. Putting them on there. And I have them so that they actually mostly cover up the phrase mystifying mints, because, that's not original to the Ouija board, and it's supposed to be Ouija board-esque. Okay? And yes, I left it over there, just for, another minute while I was putting the glossy accents on the back of the one. And I know the hands are coming from the top down. I know that. That's the way I want to them. Okay? Like I said, I'm trying to cover up most of that mystifying mint phrase. Okay? So now I'm going to mix up some blood. We're going to put it in a bottle. It's blood-esque. I don't have any red mica powder, but I've got a rust color and a pink color and another color. I don't know what the other color is. I don't think I actually listed them in the ingredients, but hopefully I remember to put mica powders, and that was glycerin. Now I have seen videos, people making potion bottles and stuff, and they recommend using the glycerin because the mica powders will help stay suspended in the glycerin, and then you want to use alcohol in there and not tap water. Don't use tap water, y'all, because it will mold and mildew and get gross. Don't use tap water. If you use water, darn sure make sure it's distilled water. But I'm just going to use the alcohol and the glycerin and the mica, and it's not red enough, so I'm going to squirt some of that red paint in there. Okay? We're just mixing it up. Right now I'm looking for something to stick it down on a teeny tiny bottle. And I have this here handy dandy syringe. It don't got no needle. There ain't no needle on there. So, got my blood bottle all filled up, using the glossy accents on the cork, and we're going to set it in there. We're going to set it up there on the shelf, and it's going to dry over weekend. Okay? Okay. Now I have these eyeballs, and we're just going to glue them inside the top lid, and a couple of them's going to go in the bottom lid. Okay? We also have some other bone parts, but you don't get to see me paint them because it was basically the same. None of them look that much alike, but that's okay. So, and I'm not sure if it was paper clay that was in the mold. I don't think it was paper clay. I think it was the IOD clay, anyway, which is Iron Orchard Designs. And this here's a piece of cheesecloth. It's just a little scrunchy piece, and we're using some distress ink on there. I think it's amber and walnut stain, and that's just water, and we're just squishing it around because we want to look old and kind of icky. I should have put a little green on there. I thought about it, and I thought, no, it's okay. It's just perfect the way it is. See, we're just gonna lay it out on that piece of scrap cardstock. You know, it's just stay scrappy. And there we go. It dried over weekend as well, and I printed out these words, and I decided, well, I like that cardstock, so we're going to use it's just printed on copy paper, and I inked around the edge. You didn't see that part, but you will see some inking. Okay, don't be too disappointed because you're going to see some inking. Right, and we're just gluing it around in different spots. You know, it's just scrap, and I just want, a little bit, and it ended up not having quite as much as I would have preferred to show, but sometimes it goes that way. We're just gonna cut them all out, and portions of the video have been removed for your viewing pleasure and my voiceover ease. Okay. Trimming them out. I'm going to put some more on the back. Well, not the same one. This one, the scrap paper that we were using, that we've used for other projects. And I thought, well, I like that paper. I like how rowdy. It's not rowdy. Y'all, it don't make no noise. How grungy it is. That's the word I'm looking for. Grungy. So we're going to glue these on those, and that's going to be the back, because these are just notes from the other side. They need another side on them. So we're gluing them all on there, and it dries pretty quick, guys. Pretty quick, and we're going to trim them out just like we did before, and we're going to show you a lot more. We're going to show you some inking in a minute. I got a tip for you. Inking tip. Trimming them out. I thought I removed more of this part, but no, we kept it, and it seems slow. Y'all. And that's just the way the story goes. Okay, now, phone. Cover it up so we can't hear it. All right, so we're just going along, trimming and trimming. Now we're going to start doing some inking. Sometimes when you just have paper, it's hard to ink the little edge. You know how you want just a little bit of color on the top, right? So you get a stiff piece of cardboard like a cereal box or something, and you put the edge to the edge, and now you can ink it without no problemo. mostly. Just saying, because that's what my tip was. The tip, the inky tip. Okay, see? Show you a lot. You're welcome. So now, we got our fabric. Like I said, it dried over weekend. And I just cut some hair off of Barbie. She don't need it no more. She don't got no body. She just a floating head's all she is. We just tore it off because it's going to, lead into one of our little computer printed thingies. So we're just gluing that on there. And I don't know what I'm doing with my hands. Here we go. And this time I'm using Fabrifix on the back of the bones on account of we are gluing them to fabric. Okay? Okay. So we're just going to glue them around different little bones. I thought about leaving them loose, but then I would have had to paint the back of them. I didn't want to go back and paint the back of them. I just didn't want to. So we're just going to glue them on the fabric. I got the foot and the leg bone up there around the head and the arm underneath the chin. So now we're going to put a bottom on our tin. I did sand it a little bit, because it's got all them words on there. I don't need all them words on there. And this is just some sticky back fun foam. It's not the thinnest fun foam, but, it works just fine. I don't know. I had to answer the phone or something. I don't know what I was doing. So we're trimming that out. You saw we traced it, and it's going to be perfect-ish, not really, but, it's just fine. Could have covered it up with a piece of paper. Thought about that, too, but I thought, no, let's be fancy. Let's just put some fancy foam on the back, and it'll be all fancy. I thought, I better clean that with some alcohol, so we're going to put some alcohol on there. It didn't look like I put any on there, but it was on there, okay? Okay, so y'all gonna like this because I like this. My husband hadn't seen it yet. He's not home yet. I started it on Friday. Was it Friday? I don't know. I started it the other day and it dried over weekend, and then we finished working on it today. So he hadn't seen it because he's not home yet. He's gonna be home in a minute. I need to get to cooking, y'all. Okay, there's the inside. I'm just making sure the bottom part is now pressed on. Got our eyeballs. Try not to squish your eyeballs. And then I got this little piece of the plastic from my MRI. Y'all remember that one? We've already posted that one. Okay. So, we're going to use it. It's a scrap, and we can use it because we've already used the rest of it. Well, some of it. It's too, yeah. I just saved some because the doctor might want to see them again. I don't know. Brain. So we're going to glue this with the Fabrifix onto the MRI film because it's a film. Okay. And then I got, I can't find my foam dots. When I straightened up my studio earlier, I don't know, when was that? Earlier in October, I guess it was. I don't know. It could have been September. Anyway. I moved my foam pop-up dots, and I don't know where I put them. So, I got this weird roll, and as it turns out, that's the last of it. So I'm like, okay, well, we'll just split it down the middle, because, we'll just split it down the middle. I was thinking I was just going to pop it up a little bit, but you can't even tell it's necessarily been popped up at all. So anyway, it really just doesn't even pop it up, or not that you can even tell, but I think it looks cool, so I'm okay with it. Just saying, Fabri-Tac. We are gluing it on top of the embossed metal that has the alcohol ink on it. Okay. I'm very happy with the lid. I think it looks way cool. Way cool. All right, here we go. Here's our bottle of blood. It's all nice and dry too. We clipped off a little piece of that fabric cheesecloth, and we're going to wrap it around the cork. I should have just left it off and just did the wax, but no. Sometimes I try to make it more. More's not always better. Wrap that around there. We're going to tie it in a knot. Granny knot, square knot. I think it's square knot. Not that it matters because now it's covered in wax. You can't see it no way. I get to doing weird stuff with the wax over there. It's sealing wax. Sealing. Like how you seal an envelope. Envelope, depending on how you pronounce it. Not a ceiling over your head in your house. Okay. So we're going to pour that on there. I'm being careful not to get it on me because it's hot. It might burn a little bit. Okay. Now, sealing wax is actually a bit thicker, even when it's melted, than regular candle wax. Because it's meant to seal and not to burn, so to speak. So I'm just putting it on there. I'm going to have to get another little piece of it, okay? Because I really want to try to cover that whole thing. It looks a mess, y'all. Looks a mess. But that's okay, because it's just an old bottle of blood. Y'all. It's fake. It really doesn't even look like blood. Well, it's the essence of, right? And that's what art's about. Essence of. Doesn't have to be precise or literal kind of thing. And then we're just putting our little bottle of blood in there. And I had that picture left over. And we're going to glue that to the inside top of the lid. Okay. It's my face. I thought it looked crystal ballish. Okay. Flip-flop time. Look. So cool, y'all. I am so happy with this. See, there's a nice little bottom on there. That looks good. And see, the little plachette is pointing at the letter U. Get it? U. And our label on the inside says notes from the other side. And here's our little bag of bones. Well, it's just bones wrapped up in a piece of fabric. Okay, that's what I want you to think. Bones wrapped up in the fabric. We're just gonna tie it. Oops, it got stuck on there. We're gonna open it up. Oh, look at that, them bones. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Here comes our little notes. So we got little notes. Okay. I'm not going to read them to you because you can read them yourself. Well, I will read them to you once we get to the photo montages. Okay? Because, yeah. Yeah, there are notes from the other side, y'all. Ta-da! Photo montage. I appreciate all of y'all. Okay? I do. I so appreciate y'all. So our little note says, there's different ones. Blood is just another fluid. It's not always thicker. Step up as needed. You'll know when. Don't overthink. It's like beating your head against a wall. Save your hair in a shoebox if you insist on pulling it out. Love as deep as your bones, because beauty is only skin deep. Notice the small things. Gratitude matters. That's what all them say. See how fun the back of them look? All them little notes from the other side. Oh, yeah, we put googly eyes in the skeleton in too, because why not? Absolutely, why not? And there's no pockets in this one. Huh. The 10 is its own pocket. Anyway, I appreciate each and every one of you. Oh, excuse me. Thanks for watching. And happy arting, y'all.